Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, Carson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. He'll check that down to Carson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
Former 4th-round pick out of Duke is Jamison Crowder. Now, he doesn't grab a lot of headlines, but he's been quietly dependable for his first 3 years in the league. Shifty, excellent route runner from the slot position, finds his way open, and catches the football. Yeah, he's dependable. Quarterbacks love to throw to him.
From the 27, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Crowder now to return. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Chris Herndon, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He's got Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Play action now, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this will be Out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The numbers for Bell on the ground of the game last week. 16 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And an alley to run. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
1 yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Returnable for Lockett. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That was Rashad Penny. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The sack by Jordan Willis. So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mariota. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Space to maneuver at the 40. O'Neill's got it, complete. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. This is Bell. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Anunwa, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Drop deep, drop deep.
Play fake. Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 8 now to go. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. It's caught, Lockett. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 24, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Again, it's Bell. And he works his way forward for about 4, up to the midfield stripe.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On first down, Bell, and flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
50's the mine. Army.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Pick it up, D.
Darnold from the gun. He's looking deep for Bell. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run the counter. Carson. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again with Bell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Mariota on first down. Roberts got it. And it's a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Dante Fowler in on the stop. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:18 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Mariota. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
First down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Mariota again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been a man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. This complete to Lockett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Mariota now to throw on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll indeed take a knee.